Hello everyone! So I wanted to make this video because I myself have a very keen interest on the education system here in Japan, and I made a list of things that I observed from my own observations in elementary and junior high. And these are also some notes that I made from asking my partner teachers about the school system here in Japan. So I'm not a professional by any means on any of this, but this is notes that I made and I'm going to share them with you guys. Okay, so first is about schools. School is mandatory from kindergarten to grade 9. Afterwards, they can go to high school if they wish. School year is from April to March. It's basically all year round schooling. Most schools have uniforms. Some don't, but most do. Elementary public schools usually don't. The sports and culture festivals are very super duper important. Class sizes are about 1 to 45 students each. Staff meetings are every day for the teachers. PTA gets their own, or Parent-Teacher Association gets their own office in the school because they are super important and they do a lot of stuff for the school. There is a school gate which can be locked or unlocked at certain times. Class pets are used as a teaching tool for teaching responsibilities. Indoor shoes are very common because cleanliness is next to godliness. Students have small cupboards or hooks on their desks to hang their bags and put their bags in. Running, screaming, and playing very rough is okay, which is crazy. Some of the things that I've seen go on in these schools is like, whoa. The buildings are all designed the same, so if you see buildings in anime, it's pretty much the same. Nurses' office are basically like a mini hospital. It is legit. It is the real deal. Schools have swimming pools because swimming is a mandatory part of their physical education. Okay, next is about teachers. So teachers are highly respected by the general public, and they actually have a word called sensei, which they also use for doctors and lawyers, and they use them for teachers too. It's super great. Teachers usually come to school on Saturday and Sunday, usually because of sports clubs or events that they need to prepare for or lesson planning. Teachers work from 8 a.m. to, I kid you not, 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. Either way, it's super duper late, and that is an over 12-hour work shift. Teachers' room are there's a teacher's room, which is basically their second home. Teachers move from class to class, so instead of like in Canada where the kids would go into the different classes, it's the teachers that go into the different classes. Okay, teachers must take a test to be a teacher, so instead of graduating and just going into a school, they have to take another test that gets them into the area where they can apply to a school. Dress code for teachers is super duper strict, so no dyeing hair, no tattoos, no nail polish, very modest attire, no scarves, no jewelry, and no makeup. I've seen some teachers with really nice nail polish, so yeah, it's all good. But anyways, okay, so teachers and bosses, or their principals, have enkai parties quite often, and what this is basically everybody goes to a bar and they drink and they just like have a good time. They get rid of all the stress. Substitute teachers are super rare. Usually they have extra staff at the schools already to fill in for any teacher that couldn't be there. Teachers visit each student's house 3 times a year, and this is to get to know the family, which is really great, and the student's home life. Also, there is a parent-teacher meeting at the school, so like in Canada, where the parents come and they talk to the teachers. Next, it is prohibited to listen to music in the staff room or in the teacher's room. Okay, next is lunchtime. Lunchtime is seen as an educational event. Food is very restricted because of this. So in junior high, you can't have juice or ramen. In elementary, you cannot have any candy whatsoever. Lunch starts around 12:30 p.m. and students eat in their classroom. And school lunch is mandatory in elementary. It's a part of their education, so they have to eat it. Student lunch is optional in junior high school, so they can bring home lunch or they can, again, get the school lunch. Elementary students serve each other, which is, again, teaching responsibility. Students always say itadakimasu and gochiso sama deshita before and after every meal to kind of give thanks for it. Teachers cannot leave the school for lunch. They have to be with their students. What else? Here we go. Okay. Elementary students get recess, but they cannot snack at recess. They can only drink their tea or their water. After lunch, elementary students clean their school. Next, we have the students. These are notes I made about the students. Elementary classes are 45 minutes long. Junior high classes are 50 minutes long. Students have a lot of power, and they can act like a unit. Students have a lot of responsibilities, which include feeding the pets, cleaning the school, feeding their classmates at lunch, walking to school in groups, mentoring younger age students, and so on. Students have summer homework because it's year-round schooling. Students cannot leave the classroom during class time. This includes not being able to go to the bathroom. So it's in between classes is when they can go to the bathroom and get something to drink. Bad students can stay in the class. Teachers are not allowed to kick students out of the class anymore. Elementary students wear the same backpack. It's expensive, but it's extremely safe. There's metal plates in there, so if there's an earthquake, they can protect themselves. Students must brush their teeth after lunch. Everybody does this, teachers and students. Every subject is equally important. So there's no math is more important, science is more important. It's every single subject is equally as important as the next. Singing is a part of their curriculum, so choir is mandatory. They have to sing, and they do it really, really well. Students excel at mentorship. So again, the older students mentor the younger students, and my golly, do they ever mentor them. Like, it is great. Students learn a lot of the traditional arts in Japan, so ikebana, which is flower arranging, making tea, doing calligraphy, doing judo, doing kendo, all the traditional arts, they do them. Next, students walk to school, and I'm not quite sure, but I've heard in my schools that the students are not allowed to ride their bikes in junior high or elementary to school. They have to walk. Students cannot work while attending school, so junior high, you can't have a part-time job. Next, students must take a test to go from junior high to high school. It's a very stressful time for them, so they prepare for these tests pretty much all year long in their last year of junior high. Students are obligated to join club activities, so usually sports clubs, science clubs, art clubs, anything of that sort. Students greet their teachers before the start of every lesson. And they have this very formal kind of, they stand, they bow, and they sit down kind of thing. Students must erase the whiteboard or chalkboard after each class. This is the students' responsibility and not the teachers. Students learn to value patience and empathy through a morals education class. This is the most important thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I think I definitely want to implement that when I teach back in Canada. Next, each school has a theme song that the students will memorize and sing at school assemblies. Next, students cannot cross their legs. They have to sit a specific way. Okay, students are told exactly how to sit or how to hold a pen, like just mannerisms and things. Students get room keys from the teacher's room, so the keys are the students' responsibility. Students get very hands-on learning, so the schools are super well funded and the community loves to help out and volunteer. Class pets are a part of the students' education, so they feed and clean them. Kids spend a lot of time at school, a lot of time, and they work pretty hard. Students really learn about gardening and agriculture. And there's parent days where parents can come and watch a class. They can watch a lesson and see how their see how their child is doing. And again, Parent-Teacher Association do a lot for the schools here in Japan. So that's the list that I wanted to share with you guys. If you want me to go more in depth over any of that, let me know in the comments and then I can type a reply. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!